Hey everyone, welcome to Mad Backyard. Today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons your pellet grill isn't making enough smoke. The first reason may be that your temperature is just too high. Pellet grills are designed to make the most smoke on lower temperature settings. This is where it lets the pellets burn nice and slow and smolder and create that good smoky flavor. When your temperature is turned up high, they burn fast and never really have time to make a lot of smoke. You'll notice that on a lot of pellet grill models, such as Pit Bosses, Traegers, Z grills, they have a smoke setting, and the smoke setting is actually around the 180 degree range. This is because they know the pellets will make the most smoke down in this temperature range. Now, you don't have to cook on the smoke setting in order to get smoke from your pellet grill, but as long as you keep it between about 180 degrees and 250 degrees, you're gonna get the most smoke from your pellet grill in that temperature range. The second reason you may not be getting enough smoke from your pellet grill is that your pellets aren't dry enough. You see, pellets need to be both dry and dense in order to burn slowly, smolder, and create a lot of smoke when you cook. If you keep your pellets outside in the bag or in the hopper of your pellet grill, they're going to be exposed to the elements and humidity and absorb a lot of moisture over time. As they absorb moisture, they're obviously less dry, but more importantly, they become less dense. And as they're less dense, they burn faster, you go through your pellets a lot faster, and they never have the opportunity to create smoke as you're cooking with them. Your auger will have to just keep turning and feeding more pellets to the fire to keep up. You're going to waste a lot of money on pellets, and you'll never get that smoke you're looking for. Just to show you an example, here's a fresh pellet I just took right out of the bag. And here's one we exposed to some moisture just for a few seconds. Now this is a little exaggerated, but you can see how over time a pellet that's sat in your hopper or out in the bag, it loses the nice shiny coating on the outside that holds it together, and it just kind of swells up and becomes a lot less dense. This one we can kind of snap in half, okay? Whereas this one is going to more crumble apart and fall into little pieces of sawdust. And this one is definitely not going to burn as well as this one. So if you want to get the most out of your pellets and the most smoke from your pellets, only fill your hopper with what you think you're going to need for that specific cook. You can always add more if you start getting low. And then when you're done, don't just leave the leftover pellets in the hopper. Make sure to empty the hopper out. We made a video showing you exactly how to do this on a Pit Boss pellet grill, for instance. Empty the hopper out and keep them in a nice airtight storage container. Now, I've had people tell me they use everything from paint buckets to kitty litter buckets, anything that's going to be airtight inside. I like using this one in particular. It's got a nice airtight lid on the top. You take it off, you can label the front with what type of pellet it is. And then the nice thing about these ones is it's got a good mesh screen inside, so you can shake out the sawdust as well. That sawdust is not going to give you very good smoke flavor either. So it just keeps you having nice, clean, dry, dense, intact pellets. I'll put a link to this type of pellet bucket in particular down below if you want to check it out. The third reason you may not be getting enough smoke from your pellet grill is the type of pellets you're using. Different brands just perform better than others. If you came to pellet grilling from a barbecue background where you used chips and chunks and logs, you may not have given a lot of thought to the brand of wood you were using in your smoker. But pellets are a manufactured product, so different brands are going to create better pellets than other brands. Some brands of pellets do a better job of including things like the bark and the sap from the wood. They may do a better job of making their pellets as dense as possible so they burn longer and create more smoke. So you really just need to try several different brands of pellets to figure out what's going to make the most smoke for you, create the best flavor, and work for you in the long run when it comes to using your pellet grill. We're going to be testing out a few different popular brands of pellets soon, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified when that video comes out. The fourth reason your pellet grill may not be making enough smoke is that the fire pot is too dirty. Over time, as the pellets burn, they leave behind ash, and if you do a lot of cooks without cleaning out your fire pot, that layer of ash builds higher and higher and higher inside of the fire pot. The igniter rod located at the bottom of the fire pot is what gets hot and ignites your pellets. If the igniter rod can't reach the pellets because it's buried under a thick layer of ash, you're never going to get a good burn and you're never going to get good smoke from your pellet grill. So make sure if you've done a long cook or 2 or 3 shorter cooks to clean out that ash pot before you start up your pellet grill. On some brands like Pit Boss, they have a quick release which lets you pull the ash pot down from underneath and empty it out, then replace it. Other brands like Z grills, you're going to need to take the flame broiler out and Shop-Vac it with a mini Shop-Vac, but it only takes a few seconds to do, but it definitely makes a big difference. Now for the fifth reason your pellet grill may not be making enough smoke, and that's improper airflow. Pellets need sufficient airflow inside the fire pot to burn, and if they're not getting that airflow, they're not going to burn well for you and create any smoke. Make sure the fan inside your pellet grill is working correctly. You should hear it kick on as soon as you turn on the pellet grill. You can hold your hand over the cool fire pot when it first starts up to feel that airflow. If you don't hear the fan kick on when you turn on the pellet grill, or you can't feel the airflow coming through when you hold your hand over the cool fire pot, you may have an issue with the fan or airflow inside your pellet grill. Also, make sure to check the exhaust on your pellet grill. Airflow starts at the Firepot, but it ends at our exhaust cap. Every brand of pellet grill is going to have a little different type of exhaust cap on it. On this Pit Boss, for instance, if we turn it clockwise, it goes down. I like to keep it in this position when I'm smoking low and slow. It helps kind of slow the airflow down a little bit and keeps more smoke inside the pellet grill for longer. When I'm cooking hot and fast, 350, 400 degrees, I open it up all the way to let that hot air come through as quickly as possible. So those are 5 of the reasons you may not be getting enough smoke from your pellet grill. Keep in mind, pellet grills are designed for convenience and ease of use. You may never get the same amount of smoke and smoke flavor as you get from other kinds of smokers. But that said, if you follow these guidelines and implement them, you should be able to maximize the amount of smoke you do get from your pellet grill. You can check out the full in-depth article that accompanies this video at madbackyard.com. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to get more content like it, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks for watching.